All right, ladies, so a little bit of wall space, or hold on to the end of your chair. We're just going to open up the body a little bit, and then we're going to use the chair for a lot of the sequence tonight. So first of all, you can do this without the wall if you want to. We're just going to open up the back of the legs and the feet. So I'm just going to use the wall for a bit of balance, rolling up onto the balls of the feet and then dropping down, rolling up, dropping down. So we want to massage the soles of the feet, just warm up those calves. And then you might want to sort of do this a little bit faster as well, just lifting, dropping, lifting, dropping, lifting, dropping. And you can always create a little bit more bounce by going into our rinse. So lifting, dropping with the heels and adding the hands. So just see what suits you tonight. Double breath in, sighing breath out. So whichever you're doing, double breath in, and then a sighing breath out. Let your jaw relax and just kind of bounce the breath out like ha, 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 ha. If it suits you just to be slowly rising and down, then do that version. Ha, 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 ha. Alrighty, take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Press the heel down into the ground, lifting up, press the heel into the ground. So we just want to go a little bit higher into those calf muscles and press down. Both feet are forward. And we're just going to hold this for a moment here, pressing down through the heel. Imagine your calf is melting down through the Achilles, through the heel and into the ground. And then I'm going to move my front foot slightly forward, roll onto the ball of the back foot, bend the front knee, and just drop into a slight opening here on the quadriceps, hip flexors. Lifting and then dropping, lifting up and then dropping down. Hi Sarah, hi Kate, and then dropping down. Up and then down. We're going to need a chair tonight. Just going gently into those hip flexors. Beautiful. Before we go to the other side, give yourself a tabletop stretch. Toes straight forward, slightly in with the big toes, so that we create a bit of a stretch up through the outside of the legs. Shoulders are away from the ears. Draw the base of the rib cage in. Imagine someone's got your tail. You're pulled backwards. Big stretch through the spine. Breath in, sigh the breath out. Let's bend one knee, pull the other hip back. And then the other side. Swishing your hips, one back, one forward, and then again, other way. Beautiful. Taking the right foot forward this time, left foot back. So starting off just pressing down, rolling through the foot, pushing that heel down, getting into the calf muscle, the Achilles, getting some blood pumping through. Good. Sometimes we get twitchy legs at night, and if that's you, it's really worthwhile just spending a bit of time stretching the legs out. Press the heels down. Hey Sarah. Pushing down like that. So we want to open up the calf muscles, and then I'm going to inch the front foot slightly forward, bend the knee towards the wall here, and go a little bit more into the hip flexors. So if your heel comes up a bit off the back, great, that's absolutely fine. You are kind of pushing it away from you in order to take the stretch into the front of your leg here. And I'm just going to sort of bounce up and down, stretching into that front knee. So we're just warming up the body a bit here. And then let's drop back into tabletop. So just going through a few stretches to lengthen the body, warm it up. Very good. Bend the knees, slowly roll yourself up. Lateral stretch. So feet close-ish to the wall. You could use the chair as well. And then banana shape up and over. So if you're using a chair, you're holding on here. Push down through this outer foot. Push down into the ground so you get a lovely big stretch underneath the skin surface of the body into the fascia. Deep breath in. As you breathe in, push the foot down, stretch the fingers out. Exhale and swiveling to the other side. I'm going to just banana the body and then push the outside foot down into the ground. Breathe in deeply. We're opening up the bottom of the rib cage here, getting this big stretch into where we have most of our lung capacity down here. Beautiful. Bend the knees, slowly exhaling, coming down. Last one, draping. So if you're just using the chair, do this kind of bend your knees and just drape yourself like that. If you're using the wall, hands up the wall, bend the knees, put your chest forward, bum back. Chin is in, squeezy stretch in the upper back area. This is a nice one if you've been scrunched over a keyboard. Very good. Slide yourself away from the wall and we're going to unwind. So head dropping down, shoulders dropping down, rolling around. That lovely big unwinding circle. Make sure your base is strong. So fat hobbit-like feet planted into the ground. Push down and slightly out with your feet. Keep the knees bent. And just let the upper body loll about. Other direction. Dropping, lifting, draping, swishing. Breathing in and then sighing the breath out. That's it. Beautiful. Okay, so like a choo-choo train, bend the elbows slightly and we're going to take the shoulders up and back like that. So you kind of just like a, sort of like a train. And I'm going to get you to breathe in. 2 breaths in, like sniffing your breath in, like a train. Breath out through the mouth. Breathing in through the back of the nostrils. Train. And force the exhale out, a little bit of a push your tummy back into spine. Beautiful. Take those feet a little bit wider, and then we're going to sort of drift into sort of the figure of 8, our cloudy hands, sort of not quite yet, just swishing from side to side. Push your heels into the ground and bend one knee and then the other. So you're just taking your body from one side to the other, elbows lifting and dropping, lifting and dropping. Breathing in, breathing out. So slowing that breath in a little bit now, breathing out. Not the double breath, just breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Make it slightly slower now, slightly wider with your feet. Okay, we're going to take our feet a little bit wider now. So just kind of inch them a little bit wider. And now let's take the elbows a little bit further up and back. Involve the shoulder girdle. And then get your fingers involved so they're nice and drapey. softly flowing. And we're going to slow this down. Breath in, breath out. Breathing in, and breathing out. So half speed. Be aware of your physical body. Just underneath the skin surface, you can feel the 50, 60 trillions cells of your body, the condensed energy moving through space. And just notice the air immediately around your body. So you're taking your consciousness just outside of your physical body into the energetic body. I like to imagine that if we were underwater and there was phosphorescence, as you're moving, you're creating this phosphorescence just around your body, and this imaginary body of water around us. That's it. Slow. And then we'll go even slower and slow your breath down. Imagine you're feeling that water pressing against your fingertips, your nails. That's the way. And then we're just going to swish everything. So you bend both knees, and then you straighten both knees, and you open your fingers as wide as you can, and you turn the palm so that as you push through space, we're getting this lovely activation of the whole nervous system. As we twist, all the nerves of the body connect into the spine, and they're just getting a nice rinse. Stretch those fingers out, stretch those arms as lengthened as they can be. Keep the torso nice and tall. Ooh, this rinses out tension from your tummy as well, so this is a goodie. Anytime you're feeling a little bit tense, just swish yourself. That's the way, swish. Beautiful, and then I'm going to get you to come into this position. Stop with your fingers up. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to breathe in and then swivel feet to one side and breathe out for a count of 4. And then we'll breathe in for a count of 4, back to this position, and then breathe out, swiveling the feet to the other side, pushing the breath out, count of 4. And then breathing in, back to the center, count of 4. This time, swivel the feet, count of 5, pushing the exhalation out. Good. Inhaling, count of 5, back to this position. Exhaling, swivel the feet, count of 6 on this exhalation. Push the breath all the way out. Inhaling, count of 6, back to this position, fingertips back. Exhaling, slow, count of 7. Inhaling, count of 7. Exhaling, count of 8. Inhaling, count of 8. We'll keep it count of 8. Exhaling, count of 8. And again, inhaling, count of 8. And exhaling, count of 8. Swivel the feet. Beautiful, just bring it back. Drop your hands down, swishy, slow, painterly fingers up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling. That's it. Let your jaw be super soft. Fingers draping up. Ah, that's it. And again. Now keep your fingers up. Bring yourself into a big, strong, straight, lengthened out shape here. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Stretch the whole body. Breathe in. And then bend the knees and go, ha. And then breathe in. Swish up. Try and keep balance. Exhaling, ha. That's it. All the way up. Hold the top of the breath. Exhaling, ha. Breath in. Hold the breath for a beat or two. Come up onto your toes if you can. Ha. All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. Two more. Up. Ha. Ha. Beautiful. Just give yourself a nice unwinding movement through the shoulders. Backward swimming. Ah. Give yourself a rinse. We're going to come over to our bit of chair. I'm heating up, so I'm just going to take jumper off. So we need a chair. We're going to use the chair tonight to help us stretch out these legs. So starting off Trikonasana with the chair, we want to have feet about 1 meter apart. Pull your back hip back, keep the legs straight. I'm just going to take your forearm onto the seat of the chair like so. Front foot slightly out to the side. Yeah, so swivel it slightly out to the side so that your pubic bone drops down a little bit towards the ground. Yeah, and then we're going to twist from here. So starting off, let your elbow lead the way here, and then take the hand up towards the ceiling. And then look down at your seat of your chair, and let your neck stretch here. That's the way. So we're opening this thoracic area, getting a bit of a twist into this tummy area. Often when we get tense, this gets very tight. You stop breathing properly. Beautiful. Take this top hand up and over, and then all the way back. And stretching out through the fingers, so we stretch into the neck. And then just hand down. Now, I'm going to get you to take this front foot, bring it back a little bit. So it's directly underneath your knee. Hold onto your chair. Come onto that front leg. So you can have both hands on the chair. And then just try pushing this heel into the ground. So your back foot comes up off the ground like that. And that might be as far as you go. You might lengthen that standing leg and just pull your back leg up a bit more. So we start to get a deeper stretch here into the standing leg. You're absolutely fine to keep it slightly bent. But we might come into a supported half moon. So we might even let this elbow do the same thing as we did in triangle, drape up towards the ceiling. Just keep looking down for the moment. Use your breath to balance you. So focus on your exhalation. Imagine your exhalation is pouring down through that standing leg, down into the ground. Let your face be nice and relaxed. And the more you lift your back leg, the more the bottom leg is going to get the stretch into the hamstring. This is a lovely one to lengthen out your spine. That's the way. When you're ready, just bend both knees. And I'm going to get you just to give yourself a half dog. So hands on the seat of the chair, bend the knees as much as you need to, and just lengthen the spine back. So we're creating this lovely stretch through the spine, slightly draping the head lower than the heart. Let's rinse the jaw. Give your jaw a lovely wriggle from side to side. Make a bit of noise. Like that. Toes slightly in. Whenever we do a stretch into the hamstrings, big toes slightly in. Bend the knees and draw yourself up. We'll go on the other side. So first of all, feet are about 1 meter apart. front toes straight forward, back toes at a 45-degree angle. Let your front toes go slightly out to the side, bottom back, and then slight turn, so your pubic bone is facing the ground, forearm on the seat of your chair, elbow, your hand rinsing down, just drapey here. Actually, any of you who've got shoulder issues, this is a really nice thing to do, just drape like that. So let's do that now. Let's just give this arm a little circle here, let it drop and drape, release, and then bending the elbow and drawing the elbow and then the hand up towards the ceiling, and lovely twist here, this thoracic part of your spine, and rinsing out tension in the tummy. And you might want to look straight forward. Let's take the hand up and over, push down and out with your back foot. And then we're going to take this top hand all the way down. So we stretch slightly into the neck. And let's try the half moon on this side. So look down, look at your hand, bend into that front knee. So you want to have the knee stacking on top of the ankle here. This is good strengthening on our legs. Come slightly forward, so all the weight is in that front leg and in your forearm. And then we're just going to do a little pick up here. Pick up, straightening the standing leg. And then you might have a go taking that leg up behind you. And then let's do the same thing, elbow up towards the ceiling and maybe hand up towards the ceiling. And then focusing on your breath. You want to have a slow, steady breath, maybe counting that exhalation up to 7 or 8 beats out. Letting the breath flow down your standing leg, down through the heel into the ground, rooting you into the ground. If you can lift that back leg a tiny bit higher. And we're just going to bend both knees, come down, and one more time into that down half dog stretch. This is a really good desk break stretch to do any time in the day if you're at your desk. Now come a little bit closer to your chair. Bend the knees, have toes slightly in, elbows on the edge of your chair. So most of us are going to need a blanket, yeah, just to pad it. Elbows, prayer hands together, bend the knees, and then chin in, and just drop your forehead onto the edge of your chair. So we're getting a squeezy stretch into the shoulder area. I want to get you to breathe in and do a buzzy bee breath out. So it's a humming breath out. Let the jaw be super relaxed as you do this. 2 more of those buzzy bee breaths out. Very good. Try doing a double breath in and then buzzy bee breath out. Bend those knees. Very good. Slowly coming up. Plant your right hand on the seat of your chair. We're going to take this left elbow. Breathe in. So you can see my right knee is bending, my left leg is staying straight as I bring my elbow up behind me. And then dropping down again. And then breathing in, swiveling, getting a lovely twist through the body. And then down. And then breathing in. Bend that right knee, left hip back. And then down. One more. Swivel. This time I'm going to take that hand up and back and just look down at the hand on the chair, stretching to the neck here. Beautiful. beautiful. Take the hand down and just swap sides. So right elbow, pulling it back behind us. This time I've got the left knee bending and right hip pulling back. And down. Inhaling, swivel. And down. Inhaling, swivel. This is so good for our heart health. And down. This time we're going to breathe in and then stretch the fingertips up and back and then swivel your head to look down. So we're going into the pectoral muscles, into the scalenes of the neck. Nice relaxed jaw as you breathe out. And let's take our hands a little bit higher onto the back of the chair and then stretching the spine one more time. So nice, long, lengthened spine. Let your belly be super relaxed. So let your belly go completely. Remove the jaw. Very good. Bend the knees and just roll yourself up. Oh, I feel very tall. 6 feet tall. All right, let's just come and sit on the edge of our chairs here. I'm going to get you to just do a little bit of opening up into the glutes and into the feet. So first of all, take your left foot on top of your right knee, like so, and we want to swivel from the hip joints. So rather than rounding like that, I'm going to get you to keep your torso straight and just swivel forward like so, and pause as soon as you feel the stretch here. Swiveling slightly forward into the hip. Chin is in. That's it. Just from here. So ball and socket joint, swiveling forward. Now, take your fingers and weave them through your toes. Yeah, so you're kind of pushing your toes apart. Now, I know some of you, Lara, you're not going to be able to do this on your bad foot, so just do it on the other side. So you put your toes and you're pushing them apart. Now we're just going to roll the foot around as we get into the ankle. Nice big massaging, slow, deliberate mobility of the foot. One direction, other direction. Like so. That's the way. And then just pull the toes back and then pull the toes forward, pull the toes back, pull the toes forward. And we'll just let go of the foot. See if you can hinge forward a tiny bit more. Press the elbow into the inside of your thigh here. Tap the bottom of your foot. Give it a good slap. That's right. Very good. Okay, other side, ankle on top of knee. Let that knee drop down. Swiveling forward from the hip joints, keeping the torso straight. So pausing as soon as you start to feel that decent stretch here. Get your fingers, weave them in between the toes. Okay, and then big circles. Now let's do a little bit of breath work whilst we're doing this. So slow your breathing down. Do inhaling for 4 beats. Up through the crown of the head. Pause. Exhaling. 6, 7 beats. Imagine the breath is just pouring down through your spine. Down into the tail again. And keep going with that. Slow breath in as you pull your toes back now. And then slow breath out as you pull your foot in the other direction. So just massaging the foot around. And again, slow breath in, lifting the breath up your spine. And slow breath out. Just hinging forward a tiny bit more. A little bit deeper into this area. Woo. Good. Let's just hold on to the back of the chair. Let your elbows be straight. Just keep the chin in and just pull your torso forward so we get a decent stretch just on the front of the shoulders into the chest. Good. And then take those feet wide and let the toes go out. And we're just going to come forward to the edge of our chair. So you might need to pull your blanket forward. Elbows, all forearms, if the elbows don't reach, onto the inside of the knees there. And just gently pull them apart. So you push them apart. Just let your hands drop down. I'm just going to get you to lean forward slightly and then drop one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. So you rinse the shoulders as well. Like that. And then into the center and other shoulder down. Looking over the top shoulder. Keep pressing the knees apart with your elbows. Breath in to move, breath out to release. And we imagine, we visualize that we are squeezing like a dirty mop head out or a dirty sponge. We just feel all the stuff, the tension, the busy mind, the brain fog pouring out. Mother Earth receiving. Use your breath to amplify your visualization. Good. And then I'm just going to get you to bring your feet a little bit closer. You want to hinge forward, so your torso is going between your legs. And you want to really drape yourself forward. Let your belly be as soft as you can. And if you are able to, if it feels all right on your head, let your head drop down. And I'm going to take my hands, interlace them, and just draw the hands up towards the ceiling. So there's this squeezy stretch in the upper body. You want to breathe out, make a bit of noise, vocal toning, activates the vagus nerve. Just drop into that parasympathetic state. Very good. Slowly coming back up. Just pause for a moment with your head about heart height. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're just going to swivel on the chair, on the edge, so that front knee's bent and your back foot you take behind you. So just like we did against the wall, coming onto those back toes, and you just kind of got your crotch sitting on the edge of the chair like that. Yeah, it's not particularly comfortable. So this won't work if you've got chair arms. Only if you've got, so if you've got chair arms, you're just going to have to do it like that. So if you've got a chair, what we can do is use it. So if you've got a chair like mine, you can use it to help you come into quite a deep hip flexor opening stretch here. So we're just going to mobilize into this. Maybe take the arm up. Breathing in, and then just swivel to the other side so that the back leg is straight on the ball of the foot, front knee is bent. Quite a decent stretch into these hip flexors, into the quadriceps, front of your thighs, and maybe a breath in. Alrighty, coming down onto your mat like so. And for this next one, helpful to have a bolster, or you can take a squab off the sofa. Just put it against your chair. I'm going to get you to come down onto your bottom and put your legs out to the side so they are spread. Let me just move my camera down a little bit so that you can see me. So you want to take your feet out like that, a big V. Like so. Can you see my legs? Yeah. Okay, and this is on a bit of an angle here. And chin in and just dropping down. Now, if you might need to be imaginative with blankets and things as well. If we were doing this properly, what's really nice is to have a blanket kind of over your head, so it sort of blocks out the light. And your forehead, I'm going to take it away so I'm not all muffled. Forehead pressing on your bolster, chin is in, opening up the inner thighs here, and then you just kind of hold on to wherever you can on your chair. So I've got the chair legs here. And we're going to do buzzy bee breaths out. And as you breathe out, you just slightly pull your sitting bones back. So it feels like your inner thighs are rolling slightly forward and your outer thighs and your bum and your sitting bones here are spreading backwards. So you breathe in, up the spine, breathe out, buzzy bee breath 3 times. Sorry, 3 more of those. Just let yourself return to normal breathing. But imagine that the breath is coming in and out of that third eye point, just between your brows, where you're pressing your forehead into your prop. And if you're suffering with just foggy brain, with busy brain, with that wired but tired dis-ease, over these next few breaths, just imagine that as you inhale, the mind is being filled with a white cleansing light, and as you breathe out, any busyness is just releasing, almost like a cloud of smoke. Use your breath and your visualization to clear your mind, breath by breath, letting the mind settle, become cleaner, clearer. So eventually it's white light coming in and white light going out. Very good. Just slowly bring yourself up. We're going to come straight down now into a chair version of Viparita Karani. So pad this, make sure you've got blankets, whatever you need near you so you can be warm. And you just want to lie yourself down and put your calf muscles and your feet up onto the edge of the chair, like this. It's quite nice. If you're using a belt for your leg stretches, make sure you've got that close by. And just to let you know, we're going to end this with a prop underneath. So if you've got a bolster, ideal, underneath the torso. I'm going to also use a brick just underneath my head here. So if you've got a prop like a bolster, have that close by. And you might need an extra pillow or a brick as well. But for the moment, just letting your back settle onto the ground. Now, I quite like doing these next lot of stretches, like legs apart, hamstring stretches, with the pelvis bolstered and the upper body on the ground. So try it. If it doesn't feel good for your head, just take the bolster away. So what you do is you push your feet into the chair, roll your pelvis up, and then just slide your prop underneath your bottom, like so. So now we're at a bit more of a kind of a waterfall, like so, and our pelvic organs are dropping away from the pelvic floor. Get a nice bit of a stretch in the lower back as well. And because the heart is above the head, and with gravity, we get this extra ability for the diaphragm to push all the breath out of us. So we go into that parasympathetic state a lot more easily. Good. Alrighty, starting off, let's just bring that right knee in and then let the left leg just drop out. So stretching a little bit more into those hip flexors. Massage that ankle. You might want to add the arm above the head as well. And then swapping sides. Just getting into the groin. Massaging the ankle around. So ideally we should be mobilizing the feet like this. A good 10 circles in each direction daily. So let's do the other direction too. Good. Oops, there's pulling up here. Now, if you've got a belt, take it just around the balls of your feet, and then take your feet wide and drop your knees down towards your armpits. So we're coming into baby pose with pelvis propped, like so. Let your belly be nice and relaxed. See if you can close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your eyeballs have become really heavy in the sockets so that the muscles around your eyes start to feel that weight and relax, soften. And just see if you gently move your hands apart as your knees drop, just millimeter by millimeter. Let your whole pelvic area be relaxed, let your belly be relaxed. Take small breaths in through the nostrils and long, slightly Darth Vader style breaths out. So chin is tucked in, constriction through the goiter, back of the throat, creates that ocean-like or soft Darth Vader sounding exhalation. Very good. Slide those feet together. Drop your left foot onto your chair. Keep your right foot in your belt and just push the heel up towards the ceiling. So you might have your hands above the head or straight here. It doesn't matter. Just wherever it feels like you're getting a bit of a stretch. But we're very relaxed here. Very relaxed. There's no pushing. There's just an allowing, a draping, a softening. Almost like a falling. Make a bit of noise so that we are exaggerating the physiological sigh. Normally, when we're stressed, the body will just sigh. but I want you to go. Ah. Like so. That's it. So pelvis propped, one foot on the edge of the chair, other foot up in the sky. If the head is getting it all dizzy, just take your bolster away. Yeah, so your back is flat. Now push the heel away from you and draw the ball of the foot towards you. So we stretch into the Achilles and the calf again. And see if you can slightly push the back of your pelvis either into the ground or into your bolster. So you kind of almost tummy button to spine here, pressing pelvis into bolster. And then we're going to slide that foot out to the side and slide just the ankle onto the edge of your chair, knee out to the side. So we stretch the inner thigh. Have a little play here. So you go into your edge. So we're not pulling, we're not yanking, we're just nudging our stretch edge here. How about for relaxed? Just bending that foot, let both knees drop out for a moment. And then we're going to hook this onto the other side. But let's just have a little pause here, knees dropping out, pelvic floor relaxed. And hooking the belt around the ball of the other foot. So first of all, we'll have a little play with just no pulling, no kind of hauling. It's just a relaxed, draping, floppy stretch wherever your edge is. So if your edge is here, then that's fabulous. You're just letting your leg relax and be heavy. If you feel a bit more like, oh, okay, tonight I can just kind of go a bit more like a half plow pose. And then we're just going to take that foot out to the side and let this other knee drop out to the side. So swirling into a groin stretch, inner thighs, these adductor muscles go right into the pelvic floor. So if you have got constipation, so tension patterns here, bladder urgency, frequency is often because of a clenching, a tightness in this area. And spending a bit of time with your pelvis bolstered. Just coming into these inner thigh lengthening stretches is worthwhile, worth your time. Breathing in, breathing out. Very good. Okay, slowly bringing yourself back. And so, how am I going to do this? I'm going to just take this out. I want to roll off to the side, actually. Not ideal, but sorry. So this goes along the spine. And you want to have your bottom lifted as well. So coming back on it, not particularly graceful. And my head's dropping off, so I'm just going to put a brick under my head here. And you might need to push your chair away a bit like I do. So try to get yourself comfy. As you can see, I'm getting a passive stretch here on these pectoral muscles. So we're literally in the opposite of hunched over our computer. Palms up as we open our palms. That helps us to access the lower lobes of our lungs as well. And you want to have your chin slightly tucked in here. And just a nice, it doesn't matter if your head is slightly lower. Mine is about level here. See if you can find a position where it's like, oh yeah, this is nice. And once you're here, now in an ideal world, I'll have a big duvet or a blanket that just pop over me. So make sure you are warm. And we'll just spend 5 minutes here. So I'm going to get you to drape, soften, relax, release. And once you have found that sweet spot, take 3 changing breaths. You just breathe in and go, ah, ah. Signal to your body and your brain that you've got no more stretching, no more thinking, no more sighing. Simply relaxing and being. So we're just going to do a little body scan here. First of all, go back to that awareness of your energetic body. So just underneath the skin surface to start off with the whole body. See if you can just tap into the tingling, just slight vibration of the whole of your body. Remember, we are condensed energy, so tap into that. And then just go slightly outside the body so you can feel the space just beyond your body. And then take your mind's eye and let it flow down into your right hand. Just focus on your right hand for a moment. Feel this hand alive with energy and sensation. And then move your attention into your wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Notice the notch at the base of your throat. Then flow your attention into your left hand. Feel the whole of your hand alive and filled with sensation. And then moving your attention to your left wrist, and forearm, elbow, upper arm, into your shoulder, and then back to the notch at the base of your throat. Become aware of your upper chest and your upper back, and your shoulder blades, your heart center, open, releasing tension from the chest area. And on a breath out, let your inner attention flow downwards and into your right hip. Right hip, right thigh and knee, lower leg, calf, ankle, down into your foot, the toes, the sole of the foot, the whole of your foot. Flow your attention back up into the pelvis, over to the left hip, left thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, and foot, toes, sole of the foot, whole of the foot, both feet together. And then move your attention up both legs into your relaxed pelvic area, your navel center, up to the solar plexus, the heart center, the throat center, the mouth, feeling your mouth relax, your jaw release, attention flowing upwards to the third eye point between your brows, and then right up over the forehead to the very crown of your head. Just resting here with your attention at the very top of your head. Now feel a sense of heaviness, of relaxation flowing down from this point, creating a heaviness down through your skull, face, neck, shoulders, torso, arms, pelvis, legs, down to feet. Whole body relax. Whole body relax. Just feeling the sensation of relaxation through the whole of your body. Whole body relax. Just feeling the back of your body pressing down into your props. The front of your body open to the air around you. In your mind's eye, visualize the room around you. Visualize your body lying deeply relaxed. Really noticing the sensation of each breath coming in and out of your nostrils. Really noticing the coolness of the breath in and the warmth of the breath out. And then consciously deepening the next breath, lengthening it, feeling your diaphragm pulling more breath into your lungs. Slowing the exhale down so that you've got more space for the next deep breath in. So we start to wake the body up, but stay in this deeply relaxed state by just focusing on a deeper, more invigorating breath. And puppies are licking our fingers. I can see a Miss Puppy licking her fingers. Just everybody touch your thumbs to your fingertips. Move your fingers a little bit. Move your head slightly from side to side. If you want to stay here for another 5-10 minutes, please do. But if you're ready to come out, you just bring your knees slightly towards you, and then as fluidly, as gracefully as you can, just roll to one side, so coming off your props. Let yourself be in the fetal position for a moment or two. And then very slowly pushing the floor away with your hands. Be aware of the water content of your body as you come up. Keep it very fluid and slow. Imagine again that you're in that body of water, and as you move, the phosphorescence is being created. So this time, just move very slowly, very fluidly. Come and sit and take your hands and draw the palms together, left and right hemispheres of the brain. Draw the thumb into your heart center. Lengthen your spine. Find the sweet spot where the head sits right on the top of your neck perfectly. Just take a moment here. Breathing in and out of Anahata chakra, just into the heart center where your hand is pressed, your hands are pressed. Breathing in and out of this point. Mentally saying to your body, these 50 or so trillion cells of condensed energy, this vessel that you are experiencing this lifetime through, just mentally saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just lifting the edges of your mouth upwards. And the love and light in me bows to the love and the light in you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Lovely, well done, lovelies. Well done for joining, Laura. I love how all the puppies are, the dogs are joining.